The residents of Evendale, Ohio, refused to let hate stand unchallenged. They knew that silence in the face of such actions would only embolden those who spread hate. When a group of neo-Nazis gathered on a highway overpass brandishing swastika flags and hateful messages, the community fought back. They understood that allowing such a display to go unanswered would be a disservice to their values. This wasn't a time for silence. It was a moment that called for action, for every voice to be heard, and time for a fight. They confronted the group head-on. With courage and unity, they stood their ground. And the police were protecting the Nazis. The neo-Nazis, outnumbered and outmatched by the community's courage, retreated. Their hateful rhetoric was no match for the solidarity of Evendale. They fled in a U-Haul truck, a symbol of their transient and unwelcome presence. Just like the cowards they are, the community watched as the truck drove away, a collective sigh of relief. And they also began taking down their flags and burning them. The community's message was clear: these neo-Nazis has no home here. Their signs and chants echoed a powerful sentiment. I wish somebody had a firearm and opened fire on those Nazi punks. This event wasn't just about a single demonstration. It was a catalyst for deeper conversations and actions. It ignited a conversation about the ongoing fight against white supremacy, not just in Evendale, but across America. The community knew that this was part of a larger battle. For those who don't know them and the Klansmen, they have a lot of people in certain roles in society that traded in their uniform and white robes for police uniforms, first responder uniforms, military uniforms, and various business suits. It was a powerful reminder that even in the face of hatred, communities have the power to stand up and say no more. Together they can create a future where they know we are not the black people of the past. The incident in Evendale is sadly not an isolated one. It is part of a troubling pattern that has been emerging across the state. Ohio, like many states across America, has seen a disturbing rise in white supremacist activity. This surge has been fueled by a combination of economic anxiety, political polarization, and the spread of extremist ideologies. Groups like the Blood Tribe, known for their violent rhetoric and intimidation tactics, cast a long shadow. Their presence has instilled fear in many communities, disrupting the peace and safety that residents once took for granted.
In Springfield, Ohio, the community took a stand against the Blood Tribe's reign of terror. They organized rallies, held town meetings, and made their voices heard. They filed a lawsuit, refusing to be victims of hate. This legal action was a significant step in reclaiming their community from the grip of fear and intimidation. Their bravery serves as a beacon of hope, demonstrating that communities can and must fight back against these groups. It shows that unity and determination can overcome even the most daunting challenges.
The rise of online platforms has provided fertile ground for these hate groups to spread their poisonous ideology. Social media has become a tool for recruitment and radicalization, making it easier for these groups to reach vulnerable individuals. Just like the troll Painbow, 9535, a pure bitch-made individual. It's a stark reminder that the fight against hate must take place both online and offline. We need to be vigilant in our digital spaces as well as in our physical communities. We must remain vigilant and challenge hate speech wherever we encounter it. Silence is complicity. By speaking out, we can help to dismantle the platforms that these groups rely on. We must use our voices to drown out the voices of hate. Together we can create a society where everyone feels safe and valued. To understand the present, we must acknowledge the past. The history of racism in Ohio is deeply intertwined with the broader narrative of America's struggle with racial inequality. Ohio, like many states in America, has a long and troubled history with racism. This history is marked by significant events and policies that have shaped the lives of many. From the era of slavery to the Jim Crow South, the fight for racial equality has been a long and arduous journey. The civil rights movement brought significant changes, but the scars of the past remain. The echoes of this troubled past are still felt today. The legacy of segregation and discrimination continues to impact communities across Ohio. The struggle for equality continues. Modern movements for social justice and equality are a testament to the ongoing fight against systemic racism. The incident in Evendale is a stark reminder that the fight is far from over. It highlights the persistent issues that need to be addressed. We must learn from the mistakes of the past and work towards a more just and equitable future for all. This requires a collective effort from all members of society. We must acknowledge the systemic racism that continues to plague our society and work to dismantle it. Only through understanding and action can we hope to create meaningful change. Indeed, the journey is ongoing, but with awareness and action we can hope to make lasting change. The path to equality is long, but every step forward brings us closer to justice. Section 4. United We Stand, the power of community response. The community response in Evendale was nothing short of inspiring.
When faced with hate, they chose to fight back and they were ready for combat. They chose to stand together and say, "Not in our town."
Their actions demonstrate the power of community. When we stand together, we are stronger. We can overcome any obstacle. We can create a world where they understand if you want the smoke, we will bring the fire.
The residents of Evendale sent a clear message that day. They showed the world that we are ready and we are not our grandparents. They showed the world that we are stronger when we stand together. Their courage and resilience should serve as an inspiration to us all.
Section 5. The fight continues, a call for vigilance and unity. The incident in Evendale is a stark reminder that the fight against racism is far from over.
We must remain vigilant. We must continue to challenge hate speech and discrimination wherever we encounter it.
This is not the time for complacency. This is the time to stand up and make our voices heard. And actions speak louder than words enough of all of that protesting and singing. It's time to start swinging and fighting back with a willingness to sling iron. We must demand justice and equality for all.
We must create a world where Black people are respected. Remember, change doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes all of us working together. And stop all that singing and protesting. We've been doing that since the 30s. And that rarely gets anything accomplished, either through pain or profit, death or dollars, is when they realize that we're being serious and that change will come.